Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video to be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. So let's talk about WAGS Atlanta season 1 episode 1, Peaches, Prayers, and Players. Yeah, there's some preachers, there's some players, and there's some players. And plus, you know, they was praying because they did go to church. So anyways, let's start off with Kaylin Jurgens. Basically, she's married to JJ, and he plays, you know, baseball. And, you know, he's in the money, and they have a huge mansion. They don't have any kids, but they are married. They have 11 bathrooms. What are you going to do with 11 bathrooms? 11 bathrooms? I was like, yo, they really in the money. And so let's talk about Keisha Norman and Cj. Basically, Cj and Keisha have a 2-year-old daughter. They've been struggling to stay together because, you know, Cj, he likes to stick his, you know, stick in a lot of different dips. And he has cheated on Keisha plenty of times. And basically, Keisha can't trust him. She don't trust him at all. And she's insecure because he has cheated on her. And he won't put a ring on it. He won't marry her. But if he marries her, it doesn't mean that he's not going to cheat on her. What is she going to do if he does cheat on her when they are married? Get a divorce and all that other good stuff. So, but he's not ready to get married, because he feels like him and Keisha are not on a good page. And basically he says, you know, Keisha's all on his neck. She's all down his throat. And she always got her eyes on him. And she does, because she ends up meeting up with Telly. She meets up with Telly, whatever, and basically a security system agent comes in and install cameras in their house. I was like, if you got to do that, well, you don't even need to be with him. If you can't trust him like that, well, you got to put a security camera system in the house so you can make sure that he won't bring another chick in the house. You think it's like that? Like he would bring another female into the house? Or he'll disrespect you and be talking out in the open on the phone with this other chick. So it seems like Keisha got some serious issues going on with Cj. They did go to counseling at one point in time. But Keisha says the counselor or the therapist was flirting with Cj, and it was a problem. So they end counseling. So it sounds like she has a lot of insecurities because he has made her insecure by cheating on her, and then her staying with him has made her insecure as well, because he don't got nothing to lose. Like he don't need, like if he cheats on you, you're still going to be with him. There's no, you know, punishment or anything like that. So it seems like they're gonna have a bumpy, rocky road. And then once he found out that, you know, Keisha put a security system in the house, he was like, yo, so what's this? And then Keisha, she left the motion detectors on, so he was able to figure it out ASAP. And so he was upset. He was like, you don't know the severity of the situation. Like it means that you haven't changed. Like you still don't trust me or whatever. He was like, yo, let's take time, let's take space. And he walks out the house. He was like, I'll give you all the time you need. So he's not really stressing her like that. And I think he has some issues as well, because, you know, why keep on with this woman if you don't really want to be with her, or you want to be with her and other women? Let her know. Don't play these games with her. Don't let her think that you're probably going to get married or you're going to be faithful and settle down to her. If you think that, you know, Susie, Michelle, Katie can come in and persuade you and take you in another direction. So he needs to own up to his behaviors and let her know what he really wants. Does he really want to be with her? And actually tell her how he wants to be with her, and if he wants to be faithful, and if he could actually commit and be married to her. What he needs to do, he needs to let her know, because he shouldn't be stringing her along, because look, she's acting all crazy and all that other good stuff. But Keisha, she is she's a stay-at-home mom, and she used to, you know, manage a lot of different properties or whatever. So she was a property manager. So she's not a dumb chick. So let's get back to Kaylin Jurgens. Basically, her husband, you know, plays baseball, but he's been going through depression because he lost his father. He lost one of his teammates, and he's been going through a lot of different struggles and a lot of different situations. And basically, he was depressed in the house. So they went to go see a doctor together, and the doctor prescribed him some drugs. And basically, the drugs that he prescribed to him was some type of hormone drug or whatever. You know, different types of drugs do have hormones in them, but for depression, I don't know which drug has the hormones inside or whatever. Maybe it was too much estrogen or something like that. I don't know, or they're telling us a story. But anyways, story is when he got tested by his team, they said he had hormone supplements or whatever, and basically I guess it can enhance his performance, and he was suspended for 80 days, and everybody knows. And Kayla right now, she is sad, she's depressed, she don't want to be around the girls, and plus, you know, Kiara was throwing her a party or whatever in her honor because, you know, Caitlin's husband got signed to the Dodgers or whatever, so it's a bad situation for her because she don't want to show her face. And I don't even know why she went to that party without her husband. She shouldn't have just went. She shouldn't have went at all. But anyways, so what do you guys believe? Do you believe that he was actually, it was actually the doctor's fault? Because if it's actually the doctor's fault and he can prove it, they can still suspend him for 80 days when the doctor says, hey, listen, you know, I prescribed this drug for depression and he's suffering from depression, so blase and a third. So that's what you're detecting in his system, but it's not for a hormone or whatever. So I guess the best situation for JJ was to let his team doctors or his manager or somebody know what type of drug that he was taking. But you know, when you tell the team or the owners or whoever, you know, what type of drug are you taking, and like you have some type of depression, they can actually bench you, or it could go against, you know, them putting you on the field. So I guess it's a catch-22 with that situation, whether he was telling the truth or lying. But right now he's suspended from the game, and we seen him early in the episode, but after you know, the drug thing came out, we haven't seen him since. And he seems like he's a really nice guy, and he's making that dough. You see that 11 bathrooms? And I think Kaylin been with JJ since she was 19, and they've been married for like 2.5 years, I believe. And so then we move on to Harry Douglas and Kiara Douglas. Basically, they have a cute daughter, and their daughter is so beautiful. She is so gorgeous, and they've been together for years. And she has a sister named Aria, and Aria, you know, Aria is a mess. You basically, Kiara and Henry Douglas are talking about, you know, Aria being a mess. Basically, she needs to get her life together, and she kind of like follow her sister, you know, path with, you know, cheerleading, dancing, modeling, and basically dating athletes. But Kiara doesn't want her sister to date athletes at all. She just wants her to get her life right. And they all own a dance studio together. So it's Kiara and her sister Aria and the mom, they own a dance studio together. And Kiara has some other business too as well. Kiara owns, you know, she has a business degree, and she owns a clothing boutique, and she has the dance studio. So she's doing a damn thing, and her family seems pretty much together. Her and her husband go to church, and they went to church with, you know, the other couples that are married on this episode, like Kaylin and Nietzsche, Caldwell and Andrew. You know, they all went to church together, praising the Lord together. And so he seems like he's a good husband as well. Also, JJ seems like he's a good husband as well. But we'll find out, because, you know, the show ain't on TV because it don't have drama. It's on TV because it does have drama. And so then we get Andre Caldwell. You know, he's retired. He's married to Nietzsche. And Nietzsche, she's a business owner and all that other good stuff. And Andrew Caldwell, he has about 4 rings. He's married and to Nietzsche. They've been together forever. They've been together since college, I believe. And they seem like they have a good relationship or whatever. They go to church, they do the damn thing or whatever. They seem like they really love each other. But since he's retired, the money has stopped. Things have changed. And so Nietzsche, she put on her business hat. And she owns, you know, she's a business owner. She says she owns businesses, and she's doing the thing. She's definitely doing her thing. But a lot of these girls have the same type of personality, like Hope, Kaylin, and Kiara and Aria, because they're all like pageant girls, modeling girls, whatever. It seems like, you know, there's no really standout personality. Like, they're all like kind of look alike. They all kind of like act alike, talk alike. It's like, damn, only person that stands out is Kaylin because she's white. And so we move on from that, and we got Sincere. You know, she is a socialite. She has some family members that were in the NFL, and basically she's a socialite. She dates nothing but sports players, and she dates men with money. She dates ballers, shop callers, but also she owns her own business. She owns her own holistic spas or whatever. So she's making her money too as well. She's just not a gold digger, but if you want to be with her, you got to have gold. So she's not playing around. And we have Hope. Hope is single. And basically, you know, she used to be a former banker, but now she owns a medical marijuana dispensary. And she's good friends with Aria Anderson or whatever. So that means, you know, she's probably going to be cool with Kiara. So it's like, okay. So anyways, Hope is single. She likes to mingle. And she's looking for a baller and a shot caller, somebody that owns businesses, or an athlete, somebody that can hit, throw, run, jump, swim. She's looking for an athlete too as well. And so we have Sincere, Aria, and Hope. You know, they're pageant girls. So is, you know, Kaylin and also Kiara are pageant girls and all this other stuff. Tella, and, you know, Keisha, they're actually, you know, they want to be WAGs, and they're with their boyfriends or whatever. And we have Keisha. Keisha is with Dante. Basically, Dante is a championship boxer. Dante also has 4 kids with 3 different women, and he wants 3 babies with, you know, Keisha. And Keisha was like, you ain't getting no babies from me unless you put a ring on it. And they was in the boxing ring, you know, playing around or whatever. She got in the ring with him. He kind of knocked her down, but not on purpose. Not that he hit her or anything, just to impact. And he was probably going real light, but, you know, he's a big dude. He's also a very attractive dude as well. Dante got it going on. And so he wants 3 kids from her, but she wants a ring. And he was like, you gonna get it one day. So he's another one that's leading these women on. You know, he wants to have the baby first before he gets married or whatever. And plus, it ain't no big thing to him to have kids or whatever out of wedlock, which is not a big deal to anybody anyways. So I was just like, well, you know, they don't really stand out. Nothing really stands out so much about the ladies, but Hope, you know, Hope is out there and she's showing her body or whatever. And, you know, so they end up throwing a party. They end up having a party. Before we get to the party, we end up having, you know, Tella, you know, she's the girlfriend to Dante or whatever. But you know what? She's got actually a little bit different because she's not was in pageants or anything like that. She's actually a nurse in real life. And I think she has 1 child, but I don't think she has a child with Dante or whatever. But she wants to have kids, but first she wants that ring on it. She's stressing that ring. She wants that ring. She wants that ring ASAP. And we have, you know, Dante, CJ, and who else? It was another dude. And I believe it was Andrew. Dante, CJ, and Andrew, basically, they all went out for drinks. And Andrew was like, yo, when you guys gonna put a ring on these women? I'm the only one sitting over here with a ring on the woman. Has a ring to his wife, whatever. He put a ring on somebody's finger. He was like, basically, when you guys gonna own up and put a ring on them or whatever. So then you got CJ. He was like, yo, I don't know if I'm ready to, you know, marry, you know, Tella, because she's always watching me. She's on my back and all this other stuff. And while he's saying that, she's putting a camera security system in the house. And he was like, you know, she's so jealous. She goes to my Instagram. She goes to all my other stuff because you make her feel insecure and probably not open with her or whatever. And he was like, I don't know how she got through it. She must have used my fingerprint or whatever. So he's basically not really ready. And he having some, you know, doubts about marrying, you know, Tella, because he probably did her so wrong. Telly probably did her so wrong that he don't know, like, she's still broken and she's still hurt about the situation. So he's just like, or basically he could have somebody else out there waiting in the wing, because he seems like, you know, he's going to do his thing regardless of what. And I'm like, damn. And so then Dante, he was like, he's going to get married soon. You know, he was just talking about his kids. He don't know. He's going to get married one day. Hopefully it's to Keisha, because Keisha wants to get married to you, Dante. She wants to get married to you in a hurry. And so then we get to the party, because, you know, they was throwing a party for Kaylin because, you know, of her husband, everything, celebrating and all this other good stuff. So all the ladies show up. And so, you know, they're talking about it. The ladies are like, you know, what's her name? Kiara is like, Kiara's telling, you know, Nietzsche is telling Nietzsche, like, I don't know, what's going on with, Kaylin, because, her husband got suspended from the game. One of them told each other that one of them got suspended from the game, and Blase in a third. And Kiara was like, I wish I didn't throw this party and all this other stuff for her, because now it's going down, it's going wrong, it's going bad. So anyways, but Kaylin, she shows up. She shouldn't have showed up without her husband. If he wasn't going to show up, she shouldn't have showed up, but she wanted to show face. And then everybody's asking her about what's going on with JJ, this and that. And so it's out the window. And so then we get introduced to Sincere. Sincere looks, she looks really different from the girls because she's really tall. And then we have, it's time for like the activities of the party. And, Hope was in charge of the activities, but Hope walks into the party half naked and her, lingerie around married man. And Kiara was like, yo, why are you dressed like that? Like, she was like, because I want to, basically. She was like, yo, it ain't that type of party. It's husband's here. And she was like, well, your husband shouldn't be looking at me. You shouldn't be insecure. And the other lady was like, what you mean insecure? You just ain't dressed appropriately. And Hope wasn't dressed appropriately or whatever. But Hope has a point. Your man shouldn't be looking at me, but they're going to look anyway. So if they're not looking at Hope, they're going to look at somebody. As long as they look and don't touch. But it's kind of inappropriate for her to come to the house halfway naked when she knows the other woman's husband is going to be there. There's no other ballers or no other athletes there for her to pick up. But basically, she's being filmed on camera. So she wanted to come in her best look, her best do to let the people know that she got it going on. And Hope Hope is in there strutting her stuff, and she ain't keeping quiet either. She was telling her, I hope you guys are jealous. Telly was like, we ain't jealous. Keisha was like, we ain't jealous either. It was just like, what you got on is just inappropriate. And so Nietzsche was like, let's just leave this alone. Let's just move on. So Hope do have friends. So, the party girls are like Sincere, Aria, Hope. They're like the party girls or whatever. And then you have, Telly and Keisha. They want to get married. And then the married women are Kayla and Nietzsche, and Kiara. They're like the married women, which all the girls probably want to be like or whatever, or maybe not, because some of the party girls are just chilling. They got their own money. So, but it's that status quo when you're married. And so they was like, Kiara's husband was just like, she was like, yo, where are we going to, a strip club? What's going on? You dressed like a stripper? Yes, she is dressed like a stripper. Harry Douglas was like, yo, we should go to a strip club. Like, even the guys knew what she had. I was inappropriate. But they know she was just doing it for camera. Hopefully, she don't go around town like that all the time. But anyways, I thought that was funny. So anyways, we get to Hope playing a game. And the game that she picked out is cucumbers. And the lady's supposed to pick the size of a cucumber, which is the size that they're dealing with, and then put a condom on it with their mouth or whatever. So, Henry Douglas was like, you need Jesus, lady. And so really none of the ladies play the game or whatever, because it was like, damn, come on. But they did say the instructor, she was very talented. Kiara and Henry Douglas was like, yo, she's very talented or whatever. When Hope said you shouldn't be insecure to the ladies, and then they was like, we ain't insecure, you shouldn't be looking like that on public. I was like, let them go. And so we got Keisha and Tally, they're really defending themselves. I was like, we ain't insecure. And then I believe it was Tally or it was Nietzsche said, you can't spell hope without spelling whore. I was like, and so, damn, Kaylin, she left the party. She ran out. First, she locked herself in the bathroom, and then she bounced. Why are you going to show up to a party if you're going to lock yourself in the bathroom? Even though you should have just showed up. You should have stayed home. Like, yo, like, have the party without me, because basically they did have the party without you. So it would have been all good. And plus, it rained too as well. That cucumber game was terrible. It was actually Nietzsche. Nietzsche said you can't spell hope without spelling it like whore. I was like, yo. So we see, like, some of the ladies are not gonna really be liking Hope, but Aria, maybe they're gonna not like her too as well, because she's chilling, dating. But her sister's also Kiara, and a lot of ladies like Kiara. Basically, Kiara seems like she's gonna be like the standout or the leader of the WAGS. And then out of the girls that are single, Hope is gonna stand out, and the girls that are dating athletes that don't have a ring yet. It seems like it's going to be Telly's going to stand out. Keisha's kind of being quiet, but she just wants that ring. She's trying to be obedient with with Dante. But I don't blame her. That tall, dark chocolate, handsome dude. I mean, Dante is fine. So I see why. She was like, yo, she was like, I don't want to be like your other women, because he got three different baby mamas, and she want to be the baby mama with a ring mama. That's what she wants. So anyways, we'll see what happens with the rest of the situation. But anyways, it was nice to see, Nietzsche give Caitlin advice about the situation, because she was like, when her husband retired, basically, there was no money coming in, money was stopping and everything. But what she did was she went and got her business on and went to start working and bringing in a paycheck. But it seems like her and her husband Andrew are going to be going through some things, because things ain't working out. That's what it seems like on the next episode. So we'll find out what happens with that situation. Anyways, peace. I'm out. One love.